So what is tithe? Is a separation of 1/10 of a person's income as a gift to God. The separation of 1/10 of a person's income as a gift to God. It was a devoted offering given to gratitude to God as well as a tribute to God. So not only is it a gift, it's also as a what? Tribute. It can stand as a tribute. And you know what a tribute is? Payment. Thank you. To God, who is the owner of the people and the earth on which his people dwell. The tithe was primarily used for the maintenance of the temple and its personnel. Now, this was under the Mosaic law. It was used primarily for the maintenance of the temple and for the personnel. That means the priests, all the people. This was primarily under the Mosaic law. But the very first time we saw tithe being given in Genesis chapter 14, there was no temple, but there was a priest. And if truly he's a priest, then there must be a temple. Because the Bible calls him the priest of Salem. And his name was what? Melchizedek. Somebody say Melchizedek. Now, when God told the tribe called the Levites never to take anything, that he is their portion, that they should not distribute anything, did not divide the land and give to them, that he is their portion. He had to find out a way. There must be a technology by which this tribe should be taken care of. So he said, okay, give them the tithe. But I want you to know that tithe did not start from there. Just as you should know that the Mosaic offering didn't start with Moses. It started with Cain. And tithing was not, this didn't start under the Mosaic law. It started with Abraham. Are you with me? That is in Genesis chapter 14, verse 14 to 20. 14 to 20. We saw what Abraham did. God led him. He went to a battle, defeated one, brought in a lot of goods, and the priest of Salem came to greet him, and Abraham gave him tenth of all. He gave him tenth of all. Tenth of all. Now, we don't know if it was as a gift that he gave him or as a tribute for helping him overcome the battle that he went. Because we are not there to examine the heart of the giver. So we don't know what Abraham gave. We were not there, but what we know is that he gave tithe. So we don't know if it's as an offering of thanksgiving or as a tribute of payment. But God was not the one who spoke to him. Now, someone said Abraham got that idea because he was an idolater, an idol worshiper. Then I said, very simple. There's no need arguing about it. If Abraham got that ideology or that revelation from following his father who was an idol worshiper, why would God also use an idol worshiper's method to institute a law and be given to his people for his own worship under the Mosaic law? It shows you that this thing transcends that. This is the one that is given to us. The best thing that can ever happen to people is to stay silent where the Bible is silent and to speak where the Bible speaks. Don't try to confuse yourself, because in much doing, you will weary yourself. And weariness is an act of sin. And that's going to bring sickness. Stay quiet. Don't try to abort certain things that are older than you. Tithing is older than the law. It's older than you. So you leave it. Are you still with me? Now the laws of tithe. Let's touch that. Leviticus chapter 27, 30 to 33. Leviticus 27, 30 to 33. Now, under the Mosaic law, the tithe was for the Levites. It was for who? The Levites. Take note of that. Write it down. The tithe was for the who? Levites. Number 2. The tithe was an inheritance for the Levite. It was their portion. It was their inheritance. It was their portion. Now, there are different types. Please write it, types. There are different types of the tithe that was given under the Mosaic law. The different types. Under the types of tithe, under the Mosaic law, there is the one you give to the Levite, the priest. There is a tithe you give to them. That is for their own upkeep and for the upkeep of the house of God. You give it to the Levite. All right? You give that one directly to the Levite. And it's also stated in the scripture. Number 2, there is the festival tithe. This one is the one you eat as a meal. We gather, it's like a festival. Everybody will come together and you bring your tithe. I bring my own. We'll cook it and eat it. It's festival tithe. This is under the Mosaic law. But remember where the tithe came from. The genesis of tithe, there was no priestly tithe, no festival tithe, no all this tithe. It was given to one person and that's all. But under the Mosaic law, there is the one you give to the priest. There is the one you kill yourself. All of his festival. You even buy alcohol. It's in the Bible. You buy alcohol. You read Deuteronomy chapter 14. Just take your time. You buy alcohol and drink it. You drink to stupor. You even lie down there. That's your problem. Number 3, the charity tithe. Deuteronomy chapter 14, 28 to 29. This one is done every 3 years. It's actually set up for benevolence. This is the one the Bible calls the storehouse. You bring this one after 3 years and put in the storehouse. This tithe is called emergency tithe. It is a tithe you put in the storehouse such that when anybody comes and does not have food, you can go to the storehouse and give. It was for this that God wrote in Malachi, where he says, bring ye all the tithe into my house, that there may be what? Meat in my house. It means that they neglected this one and there was nothing being kept in God's house, such that people are now going hungry. And he says, bring it. So it's this one. It's called the charity tithe, the love tithe. Are you with me? Am I doing a good job here? If you think so, clap for Jesus. And the last offering I want to touch. I've touched offering. I've touched the types of offering, all the offerings, what it means. I've touched tithes, what it means, the different tithes under the Mosaic law. Now let's touch the final one, the first fruit. The first fruit offering.